Hello and welcome to another PlanetDestiny video. Now that we've reviewed all of the exotic weapons currently in the game, we thought it was time to put them all into a tiered list for PvP. The ranks are as follows. Tier 1. These weapons are considered the best of the best and borderline overpowered in the right hands and circumstances. Tier 2. These weapons are exceptional at what they do but not quite as good as Tier 1 weapons. Tier 3. These weapons are okay and worth using sometimes. Tier 4. These weapons perform poorly, and you should avoid using them if at all possible. First up are the Tier 1 weapons. Hawkmoon is a timed PlayStation exclusive hand cannon. Its signature abilities will give 3 rounds in your 13-round magazine bonus damage. Its high impact means that this weapon is capable of two-shotting opponent if you hit them in the head and one of the rounds fired has bonus damage. In extremely rare circumstances, all of the bonus damage rounds can be combined into one round and one-shot someone. Next up, the last word. It's honestly the king of 1v1 encounters, even after the nerf to hand cannons. Similar to Hawkmoon, this weapon is capable of two-shotting someone as long as you hit them in the head while hip firing to get bonus damage. Its fast rate of fire in combination with its fan fire auto fire means you can easily burst down an opponent before they even realize what's happening. Next up is the notorious Thorn. Once this weapon got buffed, it was elevated into the Tier 1 status. It, like the other exotic hand cannons, has the potential to two-shot someone as long as both shots are headshots. The damage over time associated with this gun is extremely powerful in PvP, and can ensure an opponent's death even if they kill you. It's very much worth doing the long bounty line associated with it. Next up is the Vex Mythoclast. It's really one of the most unique weapons in the game. Even though it's classified as a fusion rifle, it acts more like an auto rifle. Its high damage output in PvP will reward those who are looking for a hard-hitting weapon that's for close to medium ranges. Finally, for primaries is Red Death. The recent pulse rifle buff brought Red Death into one of the most powerful weapons into the game for PvP. Its high damage will end an opponent in just 2 bursts to the head. On top of that, its unflinching perk combined with its guaranteed healing when you kill someone brings this weapon just over the top for PvP. First up for heavy weapons, we have Gatlahorn. Need I say more? When you absolutely positively have to kill every other Guardian across the map, this weapon will help you do that. Its high velocity will ensure its payload gets to the target quickly, and the Wolfpack rounds will ensure that it's thoroughly destroyed. Finally, for Tier 1 weapons, we have Truth, which is honestly in the same camp as Gatlahorn. It can hold 3 rounds in the magazine, and has proximity detonation associated with its extremely powerful tracking and blast radius. Now we'll get into the Tier 2 weapons. These are still excellent choices to use, but just don't bring quite enough to the table to bump them up to the Tier 1 status. First up is Suros Regime. Suros used to be the bane of every PvP player. Its extremely high stability and range associated with its high impact meant it would burst down players before they really knew what happened. Unfortunately, the auto rifle nerf hurt both the damage and range of this gun, and brought it down to the Tier 2 status. You can still use it to great success, but it's lost some of its luster from its glory days. Next up is the oddity that is Mida Multi-Tool. On paper, it sounds like it should be in the Tier 1 slot, since it has third eye and a movement speed increase, which works just so well in PvP. Unfortunately, its damage is just a little too low to really compete with weapons in the Tier 1 category. It is extremely fun to use though to augment your high mobility playstyles. Next up is Bad Juju. The numerous buffs to this gun have brought it from Tier 4 all the way up to Tier 2. Some would even say that it should share a space with some of the Tier 1 weapons, since its increased damage and ability to charge your super is just extremely beneficial in PvP now. Its time to kill is still a little high though, so that keeps me from putting it in with the higher classes. For secondaries, we start off with Invective. It has full auto, regenerating ammo, high range, and stability all put into a shotgun. Just yes! The last exotic update increased its reload speed, which easily brings it up to the Tier 2 category now. While it doesn't have the high range of some of the other shotguns, it makes up for it with its full auto perk. For sniper rifles, we have Patience and Time. This one is honestly difficult to place on the list, but its inclusion of third eye really helps solidify this weapon as a Tier 2 sniper rifle. Its high rate of fire and stability with excellent perk customization makes this a good choice for snipers in PvP. For fusion rifles, Plan C didn't really get the memo in the recent fusion rifle nerf. Its extremely high range and stability still make it a very big threat in the proper scenarios. While you probably won't be using it as your primary weapon anymore, it still works wonders as that weapon that you can swap to when Plan A and B have run their course. Next up is Pocket Infinity. This weapon has finally settled into a stable state after its numerous fixes, nerfs, buffs, etc. Its slow charge rate is really made up for by its extremely high burst damage potential. In the right hands, this weapon can be a huge pain in the enemy's sides with its unexpected damage. It takes a bit to get used to, but once you do, it can be a great complement to any Guardian's loadout. The final tier 2 weapons is Thunderlord. This weapon is just the ideal machine gun for PvP. It has extremely high impact, so enemies will fall very quickly. While you probably won't be taking advantage of the lightning rounds perk, you'll still be able to use this weapon for its absolutely perfect stats. Now we'll get into tier 3 weapons. These weapons are okay and worth using sometimes. They are easily overshadowed though by the tier 1 and 2 weapons. First up is the PlayStation timed exclusive auto rifle, Monte Carlo. It was hit pretty hard by the auto rifle nerf and honestly really isn't worth using in PvP. Even if you're wanting to focus on a melee build, since its unique perk will recharge your melee ability, you'll be better off using something that can do more than tickle your opponents. Hardlight is in the same boat as Monte Carlo. Its damage just isn't there for PvP. Its perk that causes its rounds to overpenetrate and ricochet isn't really useful in PvP either. Its only saving grace is its extremely high stability. Universal Remote is up next, and it's an oddity in that it's a primary shotgun. It's incredibly fun to use, mainly because it allows you to run interesting loadouts like Shotgun Sniper or Shotgun Shotgun. Its range though was hurt by the shotgun nerf, so it isn't the poster child for shotgun damage. Next up is Icebreaker. It's an extremely powerful sniper rifle in PvE, but its utility and power don't really translate well to PvP. Its stability makes follow-up shots difficult, and some people don't like how far the scope zooms in. It can be used to success in PvP, but it isn't the most ideal sniper rifle. Getting into heavy weapons, we have super good advice. It's another strange weapon. It almost rewards bad play, since rounds that miss are almost guaranteed to be returned to the magazine. Unfortunately, its erratic recoil and low damage don't really make it terribly reliable in PvP. Finally, for tier 3, we have Dragon's Breath. It's one of the few exotics from the Dark Below DLC. It does have an extremely high blast radius and the ability to hold 3 in the mag, but that's where things kind of end. Its low velocity makes landing those rockets difficult, especially since it lacks tracking. The solar flares it leaves on the ground will rarely land you kills in PvP, but do make for some interesting scenarios for closing off areas. Some might like using it, but for practicality's sake, it isn't going to be winning any awards. Finally, we have the tier 4 weapons. These should probably be avoided in PvP since they have a lot of problems associated with them. First up is Necrochasm. The end of a long quest line and defeating the most difficult fight in the game yields one of the most depressing weapons Bungie has released yet. The auto rifle nerf made it even worse. It hits for almost nothing in PvP now, and its signature perk will not be used much, if at all, in a firefight. Up next is No Land Beyond, which is another odd weapon in that it's a primary sniper rifle. On paper, it sounds interesting since it uses iron sights and a bolt action. Once you use it though, you'll see why it's on the tier 4 list. The iron sights move around too much, the time between shots feels like an eternity in the fast-paced PvP environment, and to top it off, it has the red glint from a sniper scope. Use it if you feel like trolling the other team, but otherwise, just use any other sniper rifle. Finally, we have the PlayStation timed exclusive 4th Horseman. Xbox users should honestly just hope us PlayStation users get to keep it for ourselves, because in its current state, it's horrible. It has an extremely low range and a perk set that requires you to destroy every other stat to fix it. The only redeeming quality it has aside from its autofire perk is that you can dismantle it and use the shard to upgrade another exotic. So what are your thoughts on where these weapons stand? Do you think some weapons deserve to be in the tier 1 slot? Or are you one of those people that can use some of the lower tier weapons to success? Let us know in the comments. I hope you found this video helpful. This has been Patrick Casey with PlanetDestiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.